how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel today. We have been brought in the news that Southampton have lost against West Ham United. The only game today. It's kind of weird how it was played the day after Boxing Day, and it was the only game, but what can you do? Saints lost to West Ham 2-1, and whilst I'd like to talk about the game quite a lot, I'm not really going to make this a long video because I didn't actually watch the match. I was out because today was my mum's birthday, so I was obviously prioritising that over the match. But I've gone and tried to find as many clips of what happened in the game as I can, and some of the things that I can pick up on. But I don't want to talk in too much detail because really, it's I hoped we'd draw at least, but these things happen. You lose, and there's a few things I want to pick up on. So the first thing is that even before this game, West Ham have been on an amazing streak. This is now their best ever. I don't know if it's their best ever December, or best ever month in the Premier League, history wise. But they've played some really good football recently and got a lot of points under their belt. So they're a team in form, which I didn't realise to begin with. So I thought we could get something we could possibly win this game quite easily. But I forgot that they were in form. So we're going up against a tough team. Whilst they might not have their entire preferred first team, they have a couple of their star players. Obviously they have Felipe Anderson, who today pretty much tore us apart, and fair play. I mean, if you've got a player like that in your team and he can continue to do that, then that's just amazing. And I don't know how long West Ham will be able to keep hold of him for. It'd be nice if they could keep him more than they did with Payet, but we'll see, won't we? He just seems to be too good for us today, and it's a shame because I've read what a lot of people have said about the general game, and a lot of people say that Southampton didn't play badly. It was just some parts of the game just weren't treated well enough. So, I mean, their second goal, for example, we ended up having one person back because Armstrong rushed in to take a shot after the corner was kind of half cleared, and that just left us with one defender. Felipe Anderson can make his run, Antonio can find him relatively easily, and they score. And it was a good break, but it shouldn't have been that easy to have one player back. Why were we putting so many people in the box when it was 1-1? We should have been playing as if it was 0-0 rather than as if they were winning already, and it cost us. Obviously, we didn't have Højbjerg today. He got suspended for yellow cards last week, sorry. And so we ended up playing with Lamina and Romeu in the middle of the park. I like it when we can play with three central midfielders. It just gives us a bit more creative freedom and a bit of diversity. The problem is that Lamina and Romeu are quite similar players. Whilst Lamina, I'd say, is more technically gifted than Romeu. They're both quite defensive, and they create passages of play, whereas you've got Højbjerg, who can run through and be a man to play off of, and yet still produce more attacking styles of play. And we kind of missed that. Having two similarly minded midfielders meant that if one pushed forward too much, we didn't have any defensive capability, and it just seemed that we struggled defensively in this game in the middle of the park. Obviously, we get Højbjerg back, and I think we're going to need him. We missed our captain today, and he's been fantastic for us this season. Once he's back, I really hope that we can see the similar strong, attacking, ruthless Southampton that we've seen in the last couple of games. But it's always going to stop, isn't it? We're on a winning streak of 2 games. We won against Arsenal, and then we won against Huddersfield. But it's always going to end, and it's a shame it happened so quickly that we lose a game, and at home as well. But these things happen. But I do think we do need him back. We need Højbjerg back. A couple of people are saying about McCarthy and how he seemed a bit off. He definitely seemed off against Huddersfield. I don't know whether he seemed off today. People are comparing him to Forster and how he had his massive slump in form, and I'm quite worried because our track record with goalkeepers hasn't been good since Kelvin Davis. So I mean, fingers crossed that he can pull through and get back up to form. But I mean, Angus Gunn's looked promising in the past, but I don't really want him to be starting ahead of McCarthy regularly, because it just defeats the point of having a number one goalkeeper. Today, as usual, we take off Ings to save him for our next game. I mean, we're playing against City, we're going to need him. But the replacement strikers that we have, I mean, like, we put on Shane Long, and apparently West Ham were just playing a really good defensive game, not allowing any runs in behind, and so we were reliant on Ings holding up the ball and letting people play off of him, and that looked really good. But as soon as we bring on Long, that kind of threat stops. So really, you want someone like Austin coming on, something you could play off of. So I feel like that substitution was kind of a silly one, if you like. I don't know if Austin was even in the squad, so that might have a factor, or might have a part to play in why that substitution was made, whether there was no other option, or maybe Austin was in the squad but not quite up to scratch. But I feel like towards the end of the game we just got a bit desperate, and I don't think we played badly. I mean, I've looked at the stats. The first half we did, but we came back into the game a lot in the second half. We got the first goal. It's just a shame that all of these goals happened in like the space of 9 minutes, and we've just gone ahead to concede a minute later is really poor. And then another one, obviously, it's a real shame. Apparently refereeing this match was a bit off. I haven't seen anything bar the incident in the penalty area leading up to their second goal, where Saints had a corner. I think it was Bednarek was getting jostled about and held. I don't know. I haven't seen any like close-in replays of that, but apparently we had a fair shout of it being a foul. But you know how these things happen, unless you're at the World Cup. You don't really get many penalties from corners, which is a shame. I think there should be a much more consistent refereeing style in the modern game, because there's so much jostling that happens at corners. You always get the referee coming over and like telling people to stop before the corner's taken, but you never see any further action from it. So I'm disappointed in that. Apparently Andy Carroll came on. I've seen people say there were two opportunities for Carroll to be sent off, and I don't think he even got booked. I reckon there was probably one of them was a biased opinion, but apparently like he was very lucky to still be on the pitch, even though he'd only just come on as a sub. I'm hoping that Match of the Day will show what this was, because there were a couple of incidents in the last game that didn't actually make it, so I never got to watch the replays in greater detail of some of the things. I thought someone for Huddersfield should have been sent off last week for stamping onto Armstrong. I can't remember who that was. It was a soft stamp, but it was still a stamp on a player's stomach. So I'm hoping that there'll be some kind of replay of Carroll, because I'd like to make my own judgment on that. But maybe he should have been sent off, but we can't be... so apparently refereeing was poor, not just on Southampton's part, to West Ham United too. So I guess I can't really complain about the ref, but I just think it's probably a tired team who need the captain to have some different passages of play, different types of play in the middle of the park, because that's the only way we can build up our attacks really well. And yeah, we came back into the game, but and Redmond scored again. That's all. Like, you can. Oh, I don't know if it was an own goal or if Redmond actually scored. I haven't seen that. And it might have been handball, but we still lost, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I mean, it was always going to come to an end, our little streak. Hopefully we can come out and get something against Man City, even if it's just we make it a tough game for them. That I will be happy with. But yeah, I will see you guys, I think, then. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this game, whether you're a Saints fan or a West Ham fan. I don't care. I just want other people's opinions. Leave a like if you enjoyed my opinions, and subscribe to see all of the Premier League Southampton match reviews. I'll see you guys next time for the Man City game. Until then, make sure that you stay safe and secure. Bye-bye.